Lots of hype around Dark Phoenix, the latest sequel to the saga that began with 2011's X-Men First Class. This new superhero epic will pit the team against one of their own as Jean Grey loses control and becomes the cosmic destroyer known as the Dark Phoenix. So what is the original story behind the Dark Phoenix epic, and how did it take over Jean Grey? Let's break it down. The Dark Phoenix is Jean Grey, the X-Men's resident psychic powerhouse, and the Phoenix Force. The Phoenix Force is one of the most powerful and dangerous entities in the Marvel Universe, a cosmic being whose sole purpose is to burn away the old and make room for new life to grow and flourish in its place. But all that raw power needs to be directed, and that's why the Phoenix Force has made a habit of bonding with flesh and blood life forms. Its favorite host will always be Jean Grey. Jean is a mutant with the potential to either save the world or to destroy it. It's only through this fusion of cosmic force and powerful mutant that the Dark Phoenix is born. So how the hell did this happen? Jean and the X-Men nearly met their doom aboard a failing spaceship in 1976's Uncanny X-Men number 101. Jean is prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice, manning the helm despite exposure to deadly radiation, determined to save her team. With her last dying words, she calls out, and the Phoenix Force answers. Touched by Jean's love and selflessness, the Phoenix Force creates a duplicate of Jean's body, believing itself to be Jean. Everyone is saved, the Phoenix is born, thus begins the Phoenix Saga. What about Jean's damaged body, you may be asking? Well, it's left in a healing pod which sinks to the bottom of Jamaica Bay. So, Jean Grey already has impressive telepathy and telekinesis. When she's bonded with the Phoenix Force, all that's boosted to almost limitless levels. With this power at its disposal, the Phoenix is capable of scorching planets and even entire solar systems as it travels the galaxy. The Phoenix Force has an advanced intelligence and a cosmic awareness that allows it to observe events across the Marvel Universe. So, when did the mutant, formerly known as Phoenix, become Dark Phoenix? In the Phoenix Saga, Phoenix is good. Jean uses her incredible powers for the benefit of the universe. Then we move into the Dark Phoenix Saga. Okay, stuff gets weird here. Pay close attention. Jean slowly finds herself becoming overwhelmed by this power and the influence of the emotion-starved Phoenix. Making matters worse is the interference of the Hellfire Club, an elite organization of mutant power players determined to use the Phoenix's power for their own ends. These villains wind up inadvertently unleashing Jean's full power and sparking her transformation from Phoenix to Dark Phoenix. Now completely out of control, the Dark Phoenix's first act is to devour the Debari star system and wipe out billions of lives in an instant. Jean feels immense guilt over this act of cosmic genocide, and the saga culminates in a final showdown on the moon between the X-Men and the alien Shi'ar Empire's Imperial Guard. In one of the most iconic moments in all of comics history, Jean ultimately sacrifices herself while Cyclops watches helplessly, sparing the universe from the wrath of the Dark Phoenix. And yet, remember the damaged body at the bottom of Jamaica Bay? She came back 5 years after Marvel killed the Phoenix. This retcon was a way to bring the character back while absolving her of her role in the Debari massacre. Many subsequent stories have explored the continued relationship between the Phoenix Force and the Grey Summers family. Jean's daughter Rachel and her husband Cyclops both becoming temporary hosts for the Phoenix at different points. Also, a recent Avengers comic revealed that the Phoenix took its first human host 1,000,000 years ago and joined Odin's prehistoric Avengers team. Even Jean herself bonded with the Phoenix and died all over again in the series' New X-Men. But with her latest return in the miniseries Phoenix Resurrection, Jean has finally cut ties with the Phoenix Force for good. Her hope is that the Marvel Universe need never face the wrath of Dark Phoenix again. The Dark Phoenix saga has taken on new life outside of Marvel's comics. Each of Marvel's animated X-Men shows have featured some version of the tale, and she's also appeared in a number of video games. As for Hollywood, if you're feeling a sense of deja vu right now, You're not alone. This will actually be the second time Fox has adapted the story. 2006's X-Men: The Last Stand made numerous changes to the source material, removing the cosmic elements and depicting the Phoenix as Jean's repressed dark side, rather than a separate entity. It's pretty clear why the Dark Phoenix saga needs a redo. Fortunately, with 2014's X-Men Days of Future Past effectively rebooting X-movie continuity from 1972 onward, the series has a second chance to tackle this beloved source material. 2019's Dark Phoenix will offer a new take on the familiar story, this time with Sophie Turner playing the role of Jean as she battles the emergence of the Phoenix Force and the influence of a manipulative alien villain played by Jessica Chastain. Guys, let's just hope they get it right this time. Well, are you excited for Dark Phoenix? Tell us in the comments section, and don't forget to check out our explainers on Mysterio and the Nova Corps, and as always, be sure to follow and subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.